Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hi there, welcome to the show. Today, more on student loan forgiveness, now specifically for nurses and healthcare workers. Let's get right to it. So we know that the average student graduated college with over $30,600 in debt in 2021. If you went to a 4-year nursing program or its equivalent, and you have probably accumulated around that amount too. Tack on grad school costs in case you want to advance your nursing career, and you could be staring at $60,000 in student loan debt. Ouch! Even if you do get a well-paying job, as most nurses tend to get once they're out of school, a $60,000 loan hanging over your head? Still so stressful, considering that paying back student loans will not be the only responsibility you have after you graduate. If you're a nurse or healthcare worker who would really like those pesky student loans gone for good forever, amen, today is for you. So in today's podcast, we're going to provide you with some great resources that will help you get the most, if not all, of your loans forgiven. This guide is specific to nurses, though, but you can also find this guide helpful, 80 Ways to Get Student Loan Forgiveness, on thecollegeinvestor.com. Just search that and you'll find it. So let's dive right in here. Individual hospital loan repayment or tuition reimbursement programs. Before you start looking anywhere, find out if the hospital you work for, post-graduation, provides nurses with a tuition reimbursement program. This may require you to commit to working with a particular hospital for between 2 and 4 years after you're done with school. If that commitment doesn't bother you at all, we recommend applying for such programs to start getting those loans wiped out. Military programs. Several branches of the military will take care of your nursing school loans for a set period of service. Serving your country with passion while getting your loans paid off? Hello, win-win. However, please don't do this just to get your loans paid off. Getting your loans paid off is simply an amazing benefit afforded to our men and women in uniform to appreciate them for their selfless service to the country. And yes, we can't say it enough. Thank you for your service. Military education benefits are a confusing arena, but we do have a full guide to every military and VA education and student loan benefit at thecollegeinvestor.com. That was a mouthful of a sentence. Okay, so the Nurse Corps Loan Repayment Program. The Nurse Corps Loan Repayment Program, or Nurse Corps LRP for short, recruits registered nurses and advanced practice nurses who are dedicated to working in eligible healthcare facilities that have a severe shortage of nurses or in eligible nursing schools. In exchange, the Nurse Corps program will pay up to 60% of your outstanding nursing student loan balance if you serve for 2 years, and an additional 25% if you opt to put in a 3rd year. That's amazing. In order for them to pay the loans, the debt has to have been incurred prior to signing your initial 2-year contract with the Nurse Corps. You can check out our Student Loan Forgiveness by State Article 2 to see what's available in your state. Again, I'm going to say this a lot today, I know. It's at thecollegeinvestor.com. The process. In order to be considered for the Nurse Corps LRP, you will need to be employed at a Critical Shortage Facility, or CSF. A CSF is defined by the HRSA.gov website as a public or private nonprofit healthcare facility located in, designated as, or serving a health professional shortage area, HPSA, with shortages of primary medical care or mental health professionals. Alternatively, you would need to teach at an accredited nursing school where they are short-staffed when it comes to faculty, due to the inadequate replace of aging and retiring faculty in these schools. You can search for CSFs, you guessed it, at thecollegeinvestor.com. There's a link. Just type in the title of this podcast and you'll find this article. There's an application process too, and to be eligible, you have to satisfy the following requirements. Of course, be a U.S. citizen, either U.S. born or naturalized, U.S. national, or law fund permanent resident. Have received a bachelor or associate degree in nursing, or an equivalent degree, a diploma in nursing, or graduate degree in nursing. Be employed as a full-time RN, working at least 32 hours per week at a public or private nonprofit CSF, or be employed as a full-time NF member at a public or private nonprofit eligible school nursing. See definition for eligible school of nursing. Have outstanding qualifying educational loans leading to a diploma or degree in nursing. Have completed the nursing education program for which the loan balance applies. Have a current, full, permanent, unencumbered, unrestricted license to practice as an RN in the state in which they intend to practice, or be authorized to practice in that state that is part of the Nurse Licensure Compact. If you intend to practice as an employee of a tribal health program, then you can be licensed in any state. A tribal health program is a Native American tribe or tribal organization that operates any health program or service that is funded wholly or in part by the Indian Health Service, IHS. The Nurse Corps LRP Customer Care Center can be reached at the number we have listed at thecollegeinvestor.com in this article, Monday through Friday from 8 to 8. And if you need further details, deadlines for applications, instructions, you can call the Customer Care Center. Perkins loan cancellations for nurses. You know, full-time nurses can receive 100% forgiveness if you received a Perkins loan while in school. This is awesome. And the unique and great thing about this loan cancellation program is that both the principal debt amount and the interest on the debt will be canceled. And boom goes the dynamite. Of course, you might have already suspected you do have to provide service in order for your Perkins loan to be canceled. Currently, the government provides the Perkins loan cancellation for nurses who are working full-time providing direct care to patients. If you're a nurse, but currently not providing direct care to patients, example in a case manager or another administrative role, you will need to contact your school or state Department of Education to find out if your role qualifies. The process can take up to 5 years to get 100% loan forgiveness, and another benefit is that each year, a fixed amount of your loan, principal and interest, by the way, is canceled, even if you're not eligible for some reason in subsequent years. That's so nice. So let's break it down. In years 1 and 2, 15% each year, 30% loan cancellation after 2 years. Years 3 and 4, 20% each year for a total of 70% loan cancellation after 4 years. Year 5, 30% loan cancellation, and that equals 100% loan cancellation after 5 years. Let's take a look at the process. So for the Perkins loan cancellation program, it's really up to your school to determine your eligibility for the program. If your school is closed, you'll need to contact your state's Department of Education on further steps to take. If your school is not closed, you will have to get in touch with your bursar's office or whichever office handled your student loans while you were on campus. Different schools establish different deadlines you would need to put your request in by. Make sure to call your school to find out when that particular date is. After you have submitted the necessary forms and documentation to your school, it is then up to them to determine if you are eligible to have a portion or all of your loans canceled. A few things to note real quick. You will not qualify for the Perkins loan cancellation program if your loan is currently in default. If your loan is currently in default, you will need to get it back to current status to be eligible for the program. If you have all or some of your Perkins loan, you will most likely not receive this benefit retroactively on the amount you have already paid. Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, or PSLF, forgives the remainder of your loan balance after you have made 120 payments on your student loans under a qualifying repayment plan while working full-time for a qualifying employer. This is a great program for both nurses and healthcare workers since the definition of public service is very broad. Qualifying employment includes working for governmental organizations, not-for-profit organizations that are tax-exempt under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Service Code, or a qualifying public service at a not-for-profit organization. It's important to note that your employer must be a nonprofit or the government, like the VA. Some nurses are contractors, or you get a 1099 instead of a W-2, and they work for private practices. This won't qualify. working for labor unions or partisan organizations, for-profit organizations, or for nonprofits that are not tax exempt are all not considered qualifying employment under this program. Your student loan qualifies for the PSLF if you specifically received a loan under the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program. No, I didn't just repeat myself. That's the legit name of that loan. Perkins loans and other types of federal loans don't qualify for this program. The downside to this is that it will take you 10 years to qualify, as you need to have 120 payments to have the rest of your loan balance forgiven. This particular program began in 2007, and so the first set of PSLF benefactors can start receiving forgiveness starting in 2017. Beginning in October 2017, to be exact, you can start submitting applications for the program. You can find more detailed information on the process at thecollegeinvestor.com. You knew I was going to say it? Okay, let's move on to professional help for your loans. If this sounds a little bit challenging or a lot confusing, and I totally understand, 10 minutes of information all at once can kind of be confusing and challenging. You can get professional help to figure out what repayment program or student loan forgiveness program might work best for you. We recommend the Student Loan Planner to help you put together a solid financial plan for your student loan debt. You can check out the Student Loan Planner and all the other resources and articles and guides and everything we have. We have a ton of stuff on loan forgiveness at thecollegeinvestor.com. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I know that was a lot, but I hope it was helpful. And real quick before we go, I know sometimes nursing can be a thankless job, but my goodness, thank you for what you do and the sacrifices you make to keep us healthy, to take care of us. Thank you so much, healthcare workers and nurses. Thank you.